Guilt tripping is when a person tries to make you feel bad by reminding you of things you did wrong or mistakes you made in the past. They do this to get you to do what they want or to make you feel like you owe them something. This can happen in relationships or with family members when someone tries to make you feel guilty for not meeting expectations they set for you. Guilt tripping can be harmful because it can lead to misunderstandings, hurt feelings, and damaged trust between people. It can make you feel like you're not good enough or that you always have to apologize for everything. It's important to recognize guilt-tripping behaviors and set boundaries to protect yourself emotionally. To deal with guilt tripping, it's helpful to communicate openly and honestly with the person that is doing it. Let them know how their actions make you feel and set clear boundaries about what behavior is acceptable to you. Building a healthy relationship means respecting each other's feelings and not using guilt as a way to control or manipulate the other person. Love bombing is a mental manipulation tactic where a person or group of people gives another person excessive affection, attention, praise, or gifts, often in a very short period of time. The purpose of love bombing is to make a powerful emotional bond and attachment, making the targeted person feel very overwhelmed by feelings of love, admiration, and connection. Love bombers may use intense flattery, romantic gestures, constant communication, and grand displays of affection to quickly win over the trust and affection of the target. This tactic can occur in a lot of relationships, including romantic relationships, friendships, and even within cult-like groups. However, it is important to note that love bombing is often a prelude to more manipulative behaviors and can lead to emotional dependency, exploitation, and control. The silent treatment is a passive-aggressive form of communication or behavior where a person purposely ignores, avoids, or refuses to engage with another person. It is typically used as a way to express disapproval, anger, frustration, or hard feelings without directly addressing the underlying problem or conflicts. The person who is giving you the silent treatment may withdraw from conversations, stop communication, ignore your messages or calls, and create an atmosphere of emotional distance. This behavior can be deeply hurtful and damaging to relationships as it rejects open communication, prevents solutions of problems, and can lead to feelings of rejection, isolation, and emotional distress in the targeted person. Gaslighting is a manipulative tactic used to change, manipulate, or confuse someone's viewpoint of reality and their sense of sanity. The gaslighter has various techniques to make the target doubt their own thoughts, memories, feelings, and experiences. This can include rejecting facts, events, or conversations that actually occurred, dismissing the target's concerns or emotions, shifting blame onto the target, and creating a false narrative to downplay the target's reality. Gaslighting is subtle, but very harmful because it can lead to confusion, self-doubt, anxiety, and a distorted sense of self-worth in the victim. It is often used in abusive relationships or by individuals seeking to gain control, avoid accountability, or maintain power dynamics. Isolation is a tactic used by manipulative individuals to control, dominate, or show power over another person by cutting off their access to social media, relationships, or external influences. The isolator may actively limit the target's interactions with friends, family, colleagues, or community members, isolate them geographically, or create emotional barriers that discourage outside connections. Isolation can lead to dependency, vulnerability, and a sense of helplessness in the targeted individual, making it difficult for them to seek help, perspective, or escape from abusive or controlling environments. It is often a big element in abusive relationships or toxic environments where having control over the victim is prioritized. Being able to see the signs of isolation and establishing healthy boundaries are important steps in addressing and managing its harmful effects on individuals' well-being. Playing the victim is when someone acts like they are the one who has been hurt in a situation, even if they are the one actually responsible for causing the problem. This behavior involves exaggerating or twisting events to get sympathy. avoid taking responsibility, or manipulate others. People who play the victim often portray themselves as innocent or helpless to gain attention or make others feel bad. They may use phrases like, "I'm always getting blamed," or "You don't understand what I'm going through," to evoke sympathy and shift focus away from their actions. Playing the victim can create misunderstandings and problems because it deflects accountability and prevents honest communication. It can lead to a loop of blame and resentment within relationships. Recognizing when someone is playing the victim is important to promote fairness and transparency in resolving issues. It's important to address problems directly and calmly instead of getting caught up in emotional manipulation or blame shifting. Triangulation is a manipulative tactic that some people use to control or change how things go in a group or relationship. It happens when one person brings in another person to make someone else feel bad or to make their side seem stronger. This can happen in lots of places, like when friends are arguing in families or even at work. The person doing the triangulation might team up with someone else to make another person feel alone or to spread stories and rumors that cause conflict. They might also compare people to each other to make someone feel jealous or insecure. Or they might get someone else to take their side to make their point seem more important. Triangulation is not a good thing because it causes a lot of confusion. It makes it hard for people to believe each other or to talk honestly about what's really the issue. Try talking openly and honestly with each other to avoid falling into the trap of triangulation. Being clear about what's really happening and not getting twisted up in games or tricks can help keep relationships and groups healthy. A false promise is when someone says they'll do something but doesn't really mean it. People who make false promises might do it to trick others into believing them or doing what they want. These promises can be about changing how they act, doing things they're supposed to do, meeting expectations, or giving rewards. But the hard part is that the person making the promise doesn't actually plan on keeping it. This can be really annoying because it breaks trust and leads to disappointment when things don't happen like they were promised. False promises are often used in situations where someone wants to brush off a situation quickly without really doing what they said. This can happen in relationships, deals, or when people want to get their way without being honest. It's important to be smart and not believe everything people tell you, especially if it seems too good to be true.